Coach, would you like to start us off with a statement?
Yeah, hats off to Humboldt State. I thought that was a team that we came in with a tremendous amount of respect for. We hadn't really watched them at all during the season, and just the game that we saw last night against Azusa, I just felt like they were, they were a team that plays with a lot of intensity and heart, and we had a great deal of respect for their team toughness. I think. They're well coached. They have great culture. They get together after dead balls. All the things that we try to preach with our ladies, and we just talked about the team that does those things better is going to win. I don't necessarily know if we did those things better or not. We shot the ball really well, I thought both teams were a little bit wore down from the other game because we did not go deep into our bench like we typically do in the first round. So. I thought, we had some ladies really step up off the bench for us tonight, and one was Sid Stallworth, and Shelby did a really nice job for us as well, especially rebounding the basketball. So just really proud of our effort. It's just the whole typical survive and advance, and we're just very fortunate to be able to play for a West Region Championship on Monday.
And then you mentioned your shooting was going down today, close to 60% from the field. Were you able to take advantage of something on the defensive side, or were shots just falling tonight?
Well, we have a lot of sets. I mean, we probably have 50 sets. And so that's something we spend a great deal of time in practice, just being very disciplined in what we do. And then we have a lot of action that we get into sets so they look different. I think it was an advantage for us because we got out to a really early lead because we just were running set after set after set, and Humboldt just, you don't have time for 55 minutes to prepare for someone like that. Now, that's going to be a totally different situation for the West Region Championship in the Sweet 16 to play someone from your own league for the third time. That's a different situation that we're going to have on Monday. But it was nice to play someone that we have not seen and where your sets work. And it was useful to have 50 sets in this particular game. So I thought that gave us a lot of open looks.
Anyone else?
So can you talk about, the attitude of the bench going into this game after it was honestly a pretty rough game for the bench last night, and how you guys were able to regain your focus and do the things you could do coming into the game?
I think it all comes down to we all have each other's back at the end of the day. So when the starting five comes out, we know that we can't have a letdown from the second five. Like, we all have to be on the same page within that.
Shelby, you're kind of, how was it to get into flow? Did you try to do your work down low kind of to get into the flow tonight and that pay off towards the end of the game with that big bucket?
Going into this game, I kind of just focused on having confidence. I knew I had to rebound because the scouts that we have done on Humboldt, we know that they crash really hard and they're a good rebounding team. So I kind of just slipped my rebounding talk for my game, I guess.
Coach, just again, thoughts on getting back here. You kind of feel like 5-0 on this court now. You kind of feel like Azusa is a home away from home at this point.
No, it's much nicer down here during this time of year than it is in Alaska. So that's been nice. You go out and jog and you don't have to put your snow boots on or anything like that. Not that I do that anyways, but yeah, I mean it's great. Like we love it down here. Obviously, this is like paradise for us coming down here and but I guess there is some level of comfort. But you got to look at this team. This isn't. There's no returners. We have 5 kids that understand what's going on, and for everyone else, this is their very first time in the postseason for big kid basketball in a 64-team tournament. So, I mean, it's very refreshing to be able to share these feelings with this team and with these new ladies that are coming in, and they signed up to play at UAA to make the sacrifice, whether they were the best player on their team or knowing that they may have to come off the bench so that they would just get a breath of this. And there is a lot of sacrifice that goes in to be able to have these opportunities, and our ladies have really stepped up this year to be able to make those sacrifices to earn a right to play for a West Region Championship.
Let me dial back on something, Ryan. Talk about the intensity of this game, and I don't mean just physical, the emotional intensity. This seemed to be a high, and you're all kind of smiling, so I'll take a comment from all of you about the emotional intensity of this game, because they seem to match the emotion of your emotion as well. So just would like some comments of your thoughts about it.
I would say that's part of our culture. You know, when we first get there, the 6 weeks, I really believe this. I don't think anyone does a harder preseason than us. And our advantage is our location. We can find mountains, we can find sand dunes. We'll wake them up in the early morning when it's snowing and you can see the northern lights and you're running underneath those. And, you know, it's partly kind of crazy. And you come together when you suffer. And you suffer together. Your inhibitions totally leave you, and you start to lean on your teammates. And there you develop this kind of deeper emotion that I think isn't like surfacey. And so our team has that. Like, we have that cohesiveness that way. And so every time that we go out, we know that, like, you win or you lose, and the rest is noise. The rest is absolutely noise. We always talk about stats are for losers. Stats are absolutely for losers. Final score is for winners. And when you see that scoreboard and it's tight like it was tonight, because it was a battle, I just think big plays, when you make big plays that kind of change momentum, it kind of scoops down into that emotion. And I think that's kind of what you guys saw tonight, because they made just a couple less big plays than we did. And that was just kind of that momentum, was that